What's up, first? Welcome back to Bangkok in Thailand. I'm at the pool right now, finishing to swim, and I'm gonna go back to my apartment to do a weekly review as always. I want to show you guys the charts. Let's get back. It's a beautiful evening here. So let's get back to the apartment and get to that weekly review and get this done. This week I want to show you specifically how to deal with tough times where trading doesn't go well or something in your life comes up and you have to deal with it in trading. So we'll kind of focus on that first and then get to the weekly review on the charts. So first thing first, I do want to make it clear that I've not been trading the past week. Something pretty bad happened. So my father was in the hospital early in the week, from last week to this past week, and then he ended up passing away during the week on Tuesday. So I decided not to trade for the week. I was like in a different mental state, and that's never really good to trade. And I kind of want to take a few moments to kind of tell you guys how you deal with these tough times, that like when something happens, how do you deal with that? How do you make things work? And what is the safest way to go about trading? And so the first way, which is what I've decided to do myself this past week in whatever tough time you face, is you don't trade. Okay, that's pretty simple. So everything's gonna be pretty bad here, but don't trade. Okay, that's gonna be the safest option. Now obviously, yes, you will miss setups. Yes, the profit might end up be lower at the end of the week because you didn't take any trade, or your profits for the month might be lower. That's fine. I think that's the decision that we take. Like, we'll make the decision for now, and then whatever happens with that happens. Okay, but it's better to do this, I think, than to take trades and make mistakes and not be clear, or do whatever random shit you can do in the market. Okay, so that's the first option. And the second option, and that's something that I will be doing this week because I still feel like I'm not fully like 100% recovered and ready to go like full speed. So this is cut your size. Okay, so, and I'm sorry for the drawing again, it's like not the best on this computer and stuff, but cut size. Okay, and which means that you might decide on a lower size that you trade. So if you go and trade, let's say usually, or if you just like go with the basic scenario, you risk 1% per trade. Okay, and 1% is low, like it's not high, so you could maybe deal with that. Or if you kind of a little bit more risk averse, or if you want to really make things like smoother in your P&L curve when you have tough events and you want to come back, then maybe divide this by 2. Okay, and you're gonna go with like 0.5% per trade on the following week, or however you decide. Like, if this week I see I trade with 0.5%, as you are, like I make a few mistakes here and there, and I'm not fully there for my reviews and everything, then I might keep that at 0.5%. I might even come back to lower than that the next week, so like 0.25% per trade, but just until I kind of get back on track and I do things right. Okay, and that's why you want to be careful about this. You want to track yourself, and you want to be able to you just want to be able to make things work. Okay, so that's what I would do with this. Now there's other ways you can go about things. You could decide that you will only trade with like a setup that you like, so one particular setup you like. If you have trouble with different setup and stuff, you could go on a higher time frame if you prefer that. In my case, I don't do it because I have algos taking trades, and that helps. But that's the other issue. Okay, and make sure above everything else, that's really important. And I like, the drawing is getting really bad, but that's above like everything else, that you have first of all savings. Okay, so that you don't have to trade to make money. Okay, if you don't have savings, you don't have any freedom, so you need savings. Okay, and you also need, above saving, I would say, is you also need multiple streams of income. Okay, if you have only right now one income, like one income which is trading, well, you can still live well. You can still make a lot of money. You're gonna be happy. Multiple streams of income. Okay, so yeah, you can still be happy and make a lot of money with only one income from trading. That's fine. But if you want to have real freedom, a lot of like do whatever you want, travel wherever you want, when you want to do it, and not worry about your bills, about what's coming up, about being sick or anything else, or family death or whatever, then you gotta be able to really have multiple streams of income, multiple ways to make money, and savings on the side. So for me, in my case, like for the longest time, for about 2-3 years from now, I've been saving every month at least 30% of my money, okay, that I earn per month. That's from everything. So from trading, from the business, from everything else. 30% at least is saved every month. And that's something that I use to put on the side. Sometimes I reinvest the money, which is fine. The investments have been mostly profitable for now. But most of the time, I just keep it. Like, this is part of this that I keep as a safety fund, safety net. So that if things were to turn really bad, there will be something to help me recover and get back on track. Okay, like you never want to have to pay your bills month to month with the revenue from last month. That doesn't work really well. Okay, you need to have a safety net somewhere. So that's a quick message, guys. That's like just the first beginning. It's like a call it here pre-review. Okay, and I will jump into the review. So I want to show you guys a little bit of pairs, and I might not be very clear with last week, of course, because I have no idea what happened. I'm looking at these charts now for the first time, and I'll kind of guide you through on these charts. We'll do it quickly, of course. So AUD CAD is, so last week we went to this zone. Okay, really good zone here to look for bearish setup. Okay, so we bounced there in the past. Previous support turns into a resistance area over here. And I had to look quickly a little bit. We didn't have any trade on the 1 hour chart because this was beyond the middle band, this engulfing candle here. This one wasn't valid at all. Oops. It took me a little bit of time to get adjusted to that. So yeah, this one was not outside the Bollinger Band, so not valid. This is not engulfing. So we had no setup on the 1 hour chart. We had no setup on the 4 hour chart. Okay, if you look over here. But what I'm trying to test, and I'll show you more about this later probably in a different video. But what I'm trying to test is on lower time frame. So I opened the 30-minute chart on my platform. So I can put some Bollinger Bands there to just do some tests. And I see that we had a pretty good setup over here. Okay. So basically on a 30-minute chart, you want to enter just below the low. Okay. You don't put as much room as on a bigger time frame. You just enter quickly to be able to get some profit. Enter below the low, stop loss above the high, and or to risk of we do 1-to-1, okay, on a low time frame like this. So 1-to-1 will be here, and that would have been a pretty good trade. Okay, you could do bigger than that. You could do multiple take profit, whatever. I'm just testing out now with 1-to-1, and I know these stats might be good, so I'm just kind of testing out the very tiny position size on a 30-minute chart, and then we'll see the result. If results are good, then perfect. If they're bad, then it's fine. Doesn't matter. Okay. I just want to kind of trade it on my own account to be able to see the result with a very tiny position size, just to kind of get the stats all at the same place. Okay, and that's kind of less account to manage, less zones to manage, easier to deal with. Okay, so that's it for AUD CAD. Now for now, it's not yet the zone yet, so we have to wait for price to hit back to 0.88 or come back up maybe here in the future. Okay, 0.90. AUD is doing the same thing as this one, so we have to wait. AUD is breaking above a resistance area, so this was resistance, turning into support now. We are gonna wait, in my opinion, of course, for a bounce back to the zone at 1.07. The zone to look for bullish trades, in my opinion, on this pair, and we'll have to wait a little bit. Okay, so for now, price like push back a little bit, but not enough to see anything significant. So we have to wait for this pair. But it's close to the zone, so I still flag it here on my charts. That's why you see the beautiful red flag, and we'll have to wait. AUD is doing the same thing as the other two pairs, so AUD CAD and AUD, although this one's coming back to a support, so 0.75, and that's not very strong. Okay, but in fact that we always look at market phase on this, and price basically has this range, broke out, came back in the range. So sign that it's not gonna work out on a bullish trade on this. So I'm gonna actually kind of unflag this for now. I'll remove the zone on my algo, and I'll be kind of waiting for the next zone. Okay, because if we come back here, there's no point kind of looking for bullish trades because we already failed the bullish move. Okay, unless we would kind of maybe test this previous high over here. But now we're kind of broke and we're coming back strongly, so we'll see what happens. But I'll remove my zone, not trade this pair because that's a much lower reliability on this pair. for that kind of trade, of course. Okay. I'm just gonna flag it yellow to remember to modify it. Okay, awesome. The next pair is CAD CHF between two zones like last week. We're not going to trade that for now. We're gonna have to wait. A little bit messy. Euro AUD is coming back to a resistance area at 1.63, where you want to look for bearish trades. We've been waiting for that for the past few weeks. Now we can look on lower time frames to the forward chart. If we have any setup that I look for, so engulfing candle plus Bollinger Band breaking outside the Bollinger Band, and we'll see what happens with this. Okay. By the way, quick parenthesis here. If you guys want to learn exactly in detail my whole strategy, I'll put a link below for a free course on that. You can watch this, go to this at your own pace. It's free, as I said. And we'll also put below the links to get alerts to the trading assistant. So basically, that's a system where you get alerts for trades in real time whenever there's a setup happening in the market on whatever pair you choose. You get an alert on your phone, and that's really good to kind of take trades and be notified in real time. Okay, so that's gonna be linked below these two things: the course and the trading assistant. So if you're new, if you have no clue about the strategy here, go to the course. If you know the strategy by heart and if you practice it, or if you get alerts for it to be able to take trades that you need to take and not miss any trades, then go for the trading assistant. Okay, that's pretty simple. So we look for bearish trades over here. Euro CAD is between two zones, I believe. So yeah, exactly. So I'm not gonna trade that for this week. Euro GBP is between two zones. We're not gonna trade that at all for this week. Euro USD is getting a little bit messy. I will remove my zone over here. Let's just have it to load. But yeah, so it's coming back to here, a resistance area at 1.06, now 1.106, and we look for bearish trades there, but now kind of going sideways. That's why I put the rectangle here. We're doing, like, if you look at the market phase, this market phase is sideways. Okay, so not very reliable to trade anything here. So I'll wait for price to break the zone over here, and that's when we'll be able to trade more setup on this pair. Okay, in my opinion. You might do things different. Comment below and let me know. I'll be curious. But that's what I'll be looking at for myself this week. Okay. GP CAD is at the resistance area here, so we flag it. We're gonna look at this for this week. Price shoot here at 1.66, and that's where you want to look for bearish trades. Okay. So nothing more complicated. We've bounced there a few times in the past. We want to look for bearish trades when we come back here. GBP CHF is doing a little bit of the same thing, although on this pair we broke the level. So I'll be more looking for a bullish trade to the upside. Okay, kind of like a retest on that zone, on that 1.225 zone, and then look for a move to the upside. Okay, because we already broke the zone. Unless we would like just shoot back down, that could happen too. In that case, we won't look for trades. GBP GPY is between two zones, so I'm not going to trade that for this coming week. I don't believe so. GBP NZD is back at the resistance area at 1.96, 97, 98. Pretty good zone. Although we had no setup so far, price just shoot up, and I did this kind of nice hammer. So a good place to look for bearish trades there on lower time frame, of course. And I'll keep monitoring that pair in the next few days for sure. Okay. GBP USD is at the resistance area also at 1.25. You want to look for bearish trades there. It's right in the zone for now, so that's pretty good. And we'll be looking for more trades up on this. Okay, I don't think we had anything so far. Just have a look over here. No setup. And look over here. No setup either. And while we're here, look on the 20-minute chart. Oh, well, we had a setup over here, so that would have been a losing setup. Okay, on the 30-minute chart, which is fine. It happens. I'm just saying, but so we'll wait for more setup on this pair. Okay. NZD CAD is breaking out of a potential support area at 0.84. So now we want to look for that you see over here. So now we want to look for the next zone, and the next zone, if we go back on the weekly chart, next zone should be at around here. Okay, so roughly around 0.80, around that level. Okay, so I'll put some zone here for you guys for next week. I doubt we'll get there for this week, but I could be around here. Will be kind of next zone to look for bullish setup on this pair. Okay. Other than that, you can wait for, once again, a break of the zone. Okay, so price will break the zone here strongly, then come back to retest the zone, and then you look for bearish trades in that pair. Okay, that could be good too. USD CAD is sort of breaking out of the range that was there for the past few weeks. Coming back in the range though, so that's not a good sign. We'll wait for what price does for this pair. We have to flag it for now because there's no place to look for trades here between a range. So like in the middle of a range, we'll have to wait for this, and let's see what happens this week. USDPY is our almost last pair. So this pair is between two zones. We are looking for bullish trades at 105 and bearish trades at 109. Okay, so now we're kind of like in the middle. We'll have to wait for this and see what happens in the coming week. And finally, USD SJD is interesting. So broke here, we came back. This was a place to look for bearish trades. I was looking here for bullish trades. We broke that level, and now we're coming back to push as a retest. I'll look here for bearish trades. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys can follow this move, but upside, okay, previous resistance area. This one was the previous resistance also that we broke. Came back that to a potential support, broke the support, and now we're looking for a retest and a move to the downside over here. Okay, that's gonna be the game plan for this week. So guys, that's the thing. We've done all the pairs. I could look at gold over here. Not much to look at. We're coming back to a previous kind of zone over here, which is intermediate. So in the overall picture, we're still at the resistance area at 1530, where you want to look for technically bearish trades. I don't trade this pair much, but you guys ask for it sometimes, so here it is. And I will be looking for bearish trades in this pair. Okay. And that is it, guys. So thank you for watching once again. I appreciate once again you for being here and watching these videos. Here are, if you come from the past video, appreciate you guys for your comments as always in the comment section. Subscribe if it's not done yet. There's one more video like this 4 times a week. So 1 review, 1 interview, and 2 more videos, of course, every week. And I'll catch you guys back here in 2 days for the next video. Ciao.